Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Philip and I'm a photographer based in the Midwest, and on this channel we talk about landscapes, nature, and traveling and how those go together. And in this video I'm going to give you 5 tips on keeping your batteries charged while you're on the road. But it's something that can probably be lost and is a little bit of an overthought when you're traveling on how or what is the best way to keep your batteries charged. And yes, it is as simple as you just need to plug them in, but how? You're not always going to be around an electrical outlet. So in this video, I'm gonna give you my 5 tips on how I personally keep my batteries charged while on the road. And tip number 1 is charging bricks. So maybe this is the proper term for these, but basically what you can do with these is that you plug them into an outlet and they hold a particular amount of charge. This one here is a small one, and I think this one holds 13,400 milliamps. And this one I like to use if I'm going to be backpacking, or if I don't need a lot of power in a situation, or if I want to carry it along with me hiking just in case something were to lose power and I absolutely need it. However, typically I carry a bigger one with me on road trips that just kind of sits in my car, and I use it to charge things in the car when I'm parked and don't want to be running my battery. So in the past, I've always used RAV Power brand. So you can go online, go on Amazon and check these out. They make a bunch of different kind of products. I've had a pretty positive experience with this company, and all of their stuff is a little bit more on the affordable side. On the other hand of that, if you're looking for a larger power solution, I would check out the brand Jackery. I don't have any experience with them personally, but I have seen some reviews, and they do kind of have some bigger electronical housings that store a lot of power. They also have solar panels that you can use to charge these power banks. So if you are someone who does van life, or you live out of a vehicle on a more full-time basis, that might be something for you to consider. So tip number 1, power bricks. Tip number 2 is going to be a USB power strip. I recently discovered and upgraded to a power strip that has USB outlets. And now the reason that this is handy for me and my own personal charging workflow is that normally the chargers for your camera batteries are very large, or the ones that come with them are very large. And the problem with those is that you can only plug in so many of these at a time. So if you are trying to charge 2 batteries and you have 2 cameras, for example, you're gonna burn up a lot of your outlet space on these with just 2 deals. And sometimes if you're like me and you have a lot of different devices you want to charge, like GoPro batteries, camera batteries, drone batteries, etc., you're not going to be able to do that in an efficient manner. So I recently, like I said, upgraded to this USB charger, and I like it because you can plug in all your USB into these and you can charge a lot more devices at one time. And this leads me into my 3rd tip. And now there are some third-party chargers that I would highly recommend. I've also gotten these from the company RAV Power, and the reason that these are so awesome is that, at least in the ones that I've found, you can now charge 2 batteries at one time. So now you have 2 of your batteries in this housing plugged into one USB, and now all of a sudden you've changed your charging capacity from 3 or 4 batteries at a time to now you can charge 6, 8, 10, 12, however many you can think of batteries at one time. And this is going to greatly increase your charging efficiency. And it might not seem like that big of a deal, but I can charge every battery in my arsenal of batteries at one time, and then I can just go to sleep. I don't have to wake up in the middle of the night and make sure I switch batteries over so all my batteries get charged. I can just plug all my batteries in, go to sleep, and wake up knowing that all of my batteries will be charged for the next day of shooting. So tip number 3 is going to be grab some third-party charging docks. Tip number 4 is going to be to get an in-car charging adapter. Now, this is a wonderful tool because it allows you to charge while you're basically doing nothing, while you're driving. So you can take it and plug it into your cigarette outlet. And what that allows you to do, at least the one that I have, is it has a normal wall plug-in. So that allows me to charge my bigger battery brick. And then it also allows me to plug in USB. So all of these 2 battery charging docks that I have, I can plug those in, and then I can charge batteries while I'm driving. And tip number 5 is to just have a system. I think when I first started doing photography, this was something that I don't even really think that I took the time to consider. You know, it's just the one thing you really don't want to have happen is it be in the middle of a really important moment. You know, you're shooting a sunrise or a sunset, or you know, a really cool bird or something is coming by, or a bear pops out, and all of a sudden you're getting ready to go take that picture and your battery dies, and all of a sudden that moment's gone and you're fumbling around trying to find batteries, and all of a sudden the bird's gone or the bear's gone, or you know, that light can change very quickly and drastically during sunrise and sunset, and that's just the last thing that you want to have to worry about. So I think it's super important you don't necessarily have to use my system, but find out a system that works for you so that you can make sure that your batteries are always charged. Another bonus tip with that is, I've made this mistake, so I want to save you the trouble. Spend the money on your name brand batteries. So if you shoot Nikon, Canon, or Sony, I would buy all native batteries. I personally have tried to buy off-brand batteries and they work, but I can tell you from my own personal experience that you do not get the same battery life out of them. Tip number 5, make sure you have a system in place. Okay, so those are my 5 tips on how to keep your batteries charged while on the road. If you have any tips or tricks that you use or that you notice that I left out, go ahead and leave them down in the comment section below. And I would love to hear from you on what that is, because maybe I don't do it the best way. If you'd like this video, go ahead and leave a like. I would really appreciate it. And if you want to see any more photography tips, travel tips, or tutorial style videos in the future, subscribe, because that is what is coming up on the channel. And as always, thank you for watching. Bye.